What's going on, sexy people? My name is Alex, and today I'm going over the best workout for your sex life by GQ. Apparently these two trainers are coming together to give you the best fitness slash sex advice wrapped up into one package. You can work out and get better at sex at the same time. I feel especially qualified as a sex coach and a certified personal trainer to review this and see if there's any validity to it. So, yeah, let's do it. Before we jump into this video, I would like to beg you to subscribe to my channel. Please come back for daily uploads. You know, I'm putting out content daily, so subscribe. You don't want to miss out on this amazing content. So, let's watch this video.
Hi, I'm Josh Condon, Senior Editor at Details Magazine. I'm here with Rachel Nix, Lead Instructor at VFX Studio, and today we are going to talk about sex. Specifically, what you should be doing in the gym to get better at it.
What you should be doing in the gym to get better at sex. How about just go to the gym or do any physical activity? It's not like sex is like this crazy 30-minute pound session where you have to deadlift your partner and do overhead presses with your partner while also dropping them on your penis at the right speed and angle and trajectory, and then do a hip thrust and launch them off up into the air, and then do a backflip and some bicep curls. Any cardiovascular workout is going to be fine for sex. You don't need to do any resistance or strength training to get better at sex. There's no specific muscle that's like a driving force of good sex. Maybe core, if anything, if you're a guy. But really, there are no specific sex exercises that you need to do to get better at sex. Sex isn't that physically demanding. You don't have to do all these crazy things to be good at sex. Being good at sex is more about being psychologically good at sex by arousing your partner, turning them on, getting them in the moment, dirty talking, doing that kind of stuff, building your rapport so your partner is more comfortable with you during sex so they're able to lose themselves to the experience. It's not about thrusting and driving your hips harder than last time and destroying your partner while you do it.
Rachel, what do we need to know?
I feel like flexibility is huge, which might be telling
Not my main thing. Yep.
a little bit too much about my preferences in the bedroom, but flexibility, stamina, right? And then balance, if you're having a little extra fun.
Flexibility, yeah, if you're a girl, this might be important if you're trying to try crazy moves and positions. If you're a guy, I haven't done any position yet in my life where it requires extreme amounts of flexibility, but hey, you should work on your flexibility. It's important for overall health and wellness, so hey, flexibility is good. Stamina is probably the key thing here. You don't want to burn out after 2 minutes of thrusting, just like you don't want to have a premature orgasm after 2 minutes. You don't want to burn out because you're that unfit and unhealthy that you can't sustain sex for more than 2 minutes, but there are positions in sex that are less physically demanding that you can just modify to. And like I said before, sex is more about the mental states, the psychological stimulation, rather than just pounding as hard as you can and sustaining that aggressive pounding for as long as you possibly can. There's more to it than that. Balance, I'm not so sure about balance. Are people having sex on one leg or doing handstands? That would be impressive. If you could do a handstand while having sex, then respect. You don't have to watch any of these videos. You've mastered sex already.
So, let's see. A great way to work on flexibility and stamina are kettlebell swings. So, grab your kettlebell. Feet a little bit wider than hip width. Now with the swing, it's all about the hip hinge, the bend and snap of the hips, which I feel people get afraid of.
Kettlebell swings for flexibility and stamina. Yeah, it stretches your hamstrings a little bit, and maybe your lower back. It's also a hip thrusting move, so if you want to thrust your hips harder than last time and just really destroy your partner's vagina, then yeah, by all means, kettlebells are right for you. But kettlebells are a great workout regardless. You don't have to do them for sex specifically. You can just do them because they're a good workout. It's a great cardiovascular workout. It's a great, stamina improver. Be careful doing kettlebell swings. Form is incredibly important because any breakdown in the form and you are looking at lower back issues, if you're bending over too soon, then that weight is pulling you forward more than it's pulling you kind of down. So it's going to put strain on your lower back. That's not good. That's going to eliminate any sexual experiences you're going to have. So with kettlebell swings, I would say really pay attention to form on that and really learn how to do them properly. They're all about timing and all about form. So it's not really like this beginner move that people can just pick up and start doing. Trust me, I used to work at a gym, and the amount of people that are trying to do kettlebells that are doing them completely wrong is mind-blowing. It's probably the majority of people doing them wrong because they see a video on YouTube that kettlebell swings are the best workout ever, and they're like, yeah, it looks easy, you just swing the thing and yeah, I'll just do that. I don't need to actually learn or look at myself in a mirror while I'm doing it. But yeah, be careful doing kettlebell swings. Learn from someone. I mean, there are probably a billion YouTube videos that show you how to properly do a kettlebell. So yeah, be careful.
So notice, right, Josh is snapping his hips, and I like to say a lot of times you want to see the dimples in the booty every time you thrust the kettlebell forward. So it's the snap of the hips and the swing of the kettlebell, not the other way around.
Yes, kettlebells are a glute and hip thrusting move. They are not an arm and shoulder move. I see a lot of people lifting the kettlebell with their shoulders and doing some weird bending over things. It's all about the hips. The arms should be pretty inactive except for keeping your shoulders back so that they're not kind of flying out and the weight's pulling you forward and hurting your lower back like I mentioned before.
Feels great.
Yeah.
Got that little hip movement.
The hip movement you have, which a lot of people I think are afraid of. I often cue it as you have to be aggressive in the hips.
Yeah, let's all be aggressive in the hips. Let's freaking destroy our partners with our crazy hip thrusting. That's gonna blow their mind. They're not gonna see that coming. We're gonna be sexual masters. We just have to do our kettlebell swings all day, every day. Grab as heavy as a kettlebell you can handle, because that way we can kettlebell swing our partner while we're having sex, you know?
So that's
that works for sex, right?
Yes, that works for sex. Doggy style comes to mind, but you know.
Jeez, doggy style? I'm picturing some very aggressive doggy style if I'm imagining kettlebell swinging while having sex in that position. If you've ever done a heavy kettlebell swing before, you know what I'm talking about. That is going to be far too aggressive for anyone doing doggy style, so I would prefer you guys don't do that and make sure your partner stays alive during the doggy style experience. You know, killing your partner is going to really take them out of the experience. It's going to make the sex that much worse. And, you know, we can't have that. We want to have better sex, not worse sex. So, you know, be careful with that one.
And then working on stamina and balance, I love single leg drivers. So I'm an athlete, and I feel like I channel my inner track star that I never really was.
You're going to have to show me that one.
Again, balance is a weird thing. I'm not sure many sexual positions require good balance. Most of them are kind of laying down or kneeling, where you kind of have a lower center of gravity. You're not like teetering and wobbling over while you're having sex, so that it's like something that's needs to be worked on specifically for sex. But let's see what this move is.
Okay, so channel your inner track star, right? So opposite elbow to opposite knee. So let's start left knee up, right elbow up. So first just start kind of slow motion. You kick back, you tap the floor with the left hand, and then you come right back up. I like to find a point to focus on, and then you add the hop. Add the hop, add the hop.
Okay. If you're going to do this move, do it next to a wall so that you can, or anything else you can hold on to, especially if you're doing that hip hinge, one-legged hip hinge. If you're a beginner to this, it could be a disaster. Yeah, be careful doing this one. These both are kind of advanced moves, I would say, that both require a lot of form. Also, the plyometric move, jumping at the end there, wouldn't recommend that for everyone because plyometrics, like I said, a lot of coordination is required, a lot of joint stability, and yeah, if you're new to this, don't do it with a jump. Probably don't do it at all for sex. I'm not sure how hinging and jumping is going to improve your sex. Perhaps I need to brush up on my Kama Sutra. Maybe there's a position that I'm forgetting about where you are on one leg the whole time, you are hinging and then jumping into your partner's vagina as a guy, or as a girl, it's some weird move where your guy's standing and you are hinging back into him. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do some research on that. You know, I'm sure a move like that exists. She said in the beginning that she likes crazy flexible sex, so hey, to each his own. This might be the move that helps her sex life. I don't know. Alright, so I'm going to go out on a limb and say that both of these moves are not necessarily the best sex moves you could do. I would say the best thing you can do in the gym to be better at sex would be cardiovascular exercise for endurance, because sex, there's not too much heavy lifting unless you start to get into crazy advanced moves where you're holding your partner up or stuff like that. And if you can't already do that, it's going to take a long time to build the strength to even get to that point. So doing sex-specific workouts for that is a little bit ridiculous in my opinion. If that's a goal of yours, to be able to lift your partner up during sex, and then yeah, by all means go to the gym and train, do resistance training and strength training for that. But as far as sex-specific exercises that make you better in bed, they don't exist. This is a product of our society's overemphasis on physical stimulation as opposed to psychological and mental stimulation when it comes to the quality of sex. There's no standard of sex where sex needs to be this powerful thrusting thing that lasts 30 plus minutes in order for it to be good or deemed high quality sex. You can have sex for 5 minutes or even less and give your partner multiple orgasms in that time if they are psychologically stimulated enough, if they're mentally stimulated enough. So don't go to the gym just for specific sex exercises. Go to the gym because it's good for you, and yeah, you might get better at sex because of the endurance thing, and you could maybe throw in some variety because you can now lift your partner above your head and do crazy things like that. It's good for variety, but in terms of sexual quality over time, you don't need to be super strong, you don't need to be super athletic and fit to have great sex. Anyone can have great sex, so of course there are limitations if you're on either spectrum. If you are extremely unfit and you just can't even sustain sex for 30 seconds, then yes, work out to get better at sex, but for the vast majority of people, this is not the case. Yeah, you can do it, do cardio, get fit in endurance-wise and cardiovascular, but there are no specific sex moves that are going to make you this sex all-star, so yeah. Anyway, if you like this video and you like my analysis, don't forget to subscribe. I'm doing daily uploads, so don't miss out on any future content that I create. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment below if you would like me to react to any video or just want to ask me a question about anything. And until next time, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.